joining us today on Kababayan LA. It's the midweek, it's the hump day, at dito po sa kauna-unahan at kaisa-isang pang-araw-araw na programa para sa ating mga kababayan. Siyempre, nakaugalian na po natin na sundan at bigyan kayo ng mga updates at balita tungkol kay Manny Pacquiao para po sa kanyang mga nalalapit na laban. On November 12, kakaharapin po niya for the third time si Juan Manuel Marquez. At alam naman natin, maingay na maingay itong si Juan Manuel Marquez dahil sinasabi niya na mas magaling daw siya kay Manny, na siya daw ay naagawan ni Manny Pacquiao. Dapat daw siya ay nanalo sa kanilang dalawang unang pagtatagpo dyan din po sa Las Vegas a few years ago. So ano na ba ang nangyayari ngayon at papalapit sa kanilang pagtatagpo for the third time? We got to talk to Freddie Roach at ito ang kanyang mga sinabi. You said yesterday, or was it a few days ago, that if the fight was today, Manny would be ready. Is that good or bad? Are there concerns that he might be peaking too soon?
No, we're going to box 12 rounds tomorrow, and tomorrow will be our peak day, and he's right where I want him. He's a little more anxious than normal because I think he has a little dislike for Marquez, because Marquez kind of slapped him in the face when he campaigned that he got robbed and so forth, and he cried so much. But there was no robberies. It was very good, but they were close fights, yes. But the thing is, I can't wait to close the book on this one, win by knockout, and be over.
What is the difference between the Manny Pacquiao that faced Marquez 5 years ago and the Manny Pacquiao that's going to face him in November?
A whole new Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao fought David Diaz. That kind of opened the doors for all the improvements that we worked on. It took us 8 years to get to that point, right? A lot of hard work, a lot of practice, and so forth. It all came to work in the Diaz fight. And since the Diaz fight, he found he can use it with Diaz. He did it with Oscar, Hatton, Cotto, right down the line. He hasn't lost a round since then. He's a completely different fighter. Completely more accurate, but has two hands, has great movement. Manny Pacquiao is just, before the David Diaz fight, he was a one-handed fighter with a good left hand. Now he's a great fighter. He understands the sport. His defense is getting better. His head movement. He's just a more complete fighter, and I don't see this fight going past 6 rounds. And that's because I have confidence in my fighter. Because I'm so confident in Manny Pacquiao. Because we've had a great training camp. 3 weeks in Pacquiao, no distractions. 4 weeks he's gonna be here. No distraction yet. Maybe I'll start a fight with Michael Collins to cause some action. But no, Michael, everyone's getting along fine. Manny's doing great. He's mentally there. I told Manny, I said, you don't like this guy, and he just smiled and walked away. He would, Manny, he'll never say it, but I know.
Well, he's also on a 14-game winning streak, and Freddie, reality is we can't always be on top. Sooner or later, one way or another, it can't always be that way. Are there concerns about that?
Well, the thing is, there's always concerns about that, but we're 33. We'll be 33 in December, and Marquez is 38. So I think it favors us, the age factor, because that's one thing we can't get away from. But I'll tell you what, Manny Pacquiao asked me last fight, when I started slowing down, will you tell me? I said, Manny, I'll be the first one to tell you. And you know what? He has not lost up. His work ethic today is better than it was when we first started. It's just because he has so much more on his shoulders. 8-time world champion. He had a country behind him that if he lost it, he would disappoint people. Manny Pacquiao refuses to disappoint people, and that's why his work ethic is so great.
And plus Michael Collins is there.
Well, let's skip that.
Okay, well, so much has changed in the last 5 years at isa pa pong nagbago ay paparami ang ating mga kababayang boksingero na gustong sumunod sa mga yapak ng ating pambansang kamao. There's so many of them. 3 of them were here yesterday para po sagutin ang inyong mga katanungan. Si Abby Concepcion, Richie Mepranum at Rodel Mayo. Lumaban po sila successfully sa Filipino Invasion at San Manuel Bingo and Casino last week. So ano naman ang tingin ni Freddie Roach? Sino na kaya ang magiging susunod na Manny Pacquiao? Here's what he had to say. Now, you've said before that there will only be one Manny Pacquiao in our lifetime. There are a lot of Filipino boxers. Obviously, he's inspired a lot, and he's helping each and every one of them. Do you think there's one that might, follow or might even get close to who he is now?
You know what? The Philippine fighters are coming along. They're a lot more world champions, a lot more world title fights and so forth. They're doing very well and so forth. Will there be another 8-time world champion? I don't think so. But if there's some guys out there, they're very good prospects. And, if they can win a world title or 1 or 2 world titles, it's a great achievement. Because you know what? Winning a world title is very, very difficult. I mean, I know. I've tried. And the thing is, I didn't succeed. But the thing is, 90% of the people out there don't succeed. Boxing is a very hard sport. 1 in a million makes it. So, I'm sure they're out there. But, who's going to develop into the next Manny Pacquiao? That's too much.
Do you have any names that are impressing you?
You know what? I just working with one of the boys there. You got Governor Piñon's fighter, and I forget his name.
Lorenzo.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm working with him right now, and he was on Manny's show, but he didn't get his visa. So he was going to make his American debut. Very strong kid, very, very courageous young man. Has a lot to learn and so forth, but very good potential. So the Philippines, the fighters, they're coming.
Right. You know what, Freddie? One last question. You didn't win a world title, but you're in the Hall of Fame as one of the best trainers in the world at this point, with so many achievements in terms of training Manny and working with Manny. Do you still yearn for anything else? Something? What do you aspire for?
More world titles. I mean, that's what I live for. So if I can help someone be a better fighter, that's what I want to do. So thank you, Manny Pacquiao, for listening to me. And he's really, really been a huge part of my career.
Pacquiao-Mayweather, is it going to happen?
He's too scared. He's afraid to lose. No.
Manny has said that Mayweather has to prove to him that he wants to fight him, meaning Mayweather has to fight Manny. What's the proof?
Sign the contract.
All right, intense news today. We started with death and violence, and then we went to boxing. And so I think we all deserve to relax. And what better way to relax than through music? World-class Filipino talent. When we return on Kababayan LA, don't go away.